battle report here from the Team Covenant qualifying league to get a spot in the Team Covenant Aces league next season. And on the left we have Major Juggler, or Dr. Bob Randall, from the Nova Squadron podcast, famous for his robots and for doing all the math and jousting values for our beloved game here. And he is playing a Gold Squadron with the TLT, Twin Laser Turrets, R3A2, the Astromech that gives stress if you take a stress on your own when you fire at someone, and the BTL title, which allows the Y-Wing to shoot its primaries first and then its turret, but only out the front arc, so we can double stress anything it catches in range 2 and 3. And he's got 2 Warden Squadron pilots, also with twin laser turrets, and they have Tacticians, so they will stress stuff at range 2 in arc. And they have long-range scanners, the new modification, that's part of the Imperial Veterans expansion coming later this year. And that one allows the K-Wings to target lock outside of range 3, anywhere on the board, but they can't get target locks at range 1 and 2. And then he's got a Bandit Squadron as a filler there, and a blocker, and just as a nuisance, and probably the ship that will be not targeted and can do whatever it wants and get in the way and stuff here. And he's got 100 points even there. And he's playing Paul Davis, or PaulD, online. And Paul is flying Corran with Push the Limit, Engine Upgrade, Fire Control System, and R2D2, so he can do 2 actions, boost barrel roll, evade, focus, and all of that. And he can regenerate shields on green maneuvers with R2D2, and he gets target locks when he shoots at you, so he can shoot, and no matter what, he gets a target lock, and then he can use his ability to double tap at the end with a target lock, so he can deal a lot of damage in one single turn. Then he's got Big's Darklighter, who you have to target if he's in range 1 and 2 from the target you're shooting at. And he's got R4D6, which allows you to, if you take more damage than 2, you can discard that damage and take stress instead. And then he's got the new integrated Astromech, part of the new T-70 X-Wing expansion, which allows you to throw away your Astromech to avoid damage. So essentially giving Biggs 1 hull point more. And if he ever takes a lot of damage in one go, he can reduce it through R4D6 though. So Biggs can be quite survivable with this build-up. And then he's got the Gold Squadron with the Twin Laser, the R3A2 Stress Bot, and the BTL title. So he's got the same Y-Wing setup as Major Juggler here. However, Paul has no obvious target for his Stress Bot because there's no enemy ace that you need to double stress here. Major Juggler will probably try to double stress Corran here to make sure he can't do as much damage or he can't get away and regenerate. So the question for Paul here is like, who is his primary target? Well, the Stress Bot, Stress Hog Y-Wing is probably the target there, but his own Stress Y-Wing isn't as efficient at targeting it as Major Juggler's version is when shooting at Corran there, or Biggs for that matter, probably Biggs first, since Biggs will cover Corran in the beginning. So we'll see. They've set up here, and Juggler is more or less slightly in the center, a bit to the right there, while Paul is up in his corner. So I think it'll be interesting to see who Paul decides to go for here, who is his primary target. So let's see. Here we go. So we have 2 hard lefts for Major Juggler here, so he's moving first, so he's got initiative, since his ships are moving before the other Y-Wing on Paul's side there. And he uses the long-range scanners to get a target lock on Biggs, because we all know he's going to have to shoot Biggs first if Paul keeps him in range. And he hard turns with everyone, and the last K-Wing does the same, he does the target lock on Biggs. 3 forward from Corran, or from the Y-Wing, and well, 3 straight from Biggs, so maybe we were right, and the 3 straight with Corran as well here. Yeah, Nice formation flying from both of them. If they're set up for a joust, I think Major Juggler will be the happiest one because he should be able to get a lot of stress on Biggs and kill him or get him out of the fight so he can't keep up with Corran, and then maybe he can come around and finish Corran off. We'll see. So we have one bank to the left, keeping the distance there, who's setting up for either hard twos or one bank to the right next turn, and since he's got 2 K-Wing with turrets there, he can still cover his flank. And Paul banks into the asteroid field with his Y-Wing. So we'll see, and he does the same with the Bandit and with Corran. So still nice formation flying here. Major wants to keep this at range 2 and 3, preferably range 2 and then bumps and going all over the place, instead of like getting into range 1 immediately from a boost from Corran and stuff. But the K-Wings can shoot at all ranges because they have the primaries at 2 red dice, even at range 1, even if the TLT won't work. So yeah, hard turns to the right there, 2s with the entire bunch, and they all focus. And let's see if Paul does a bank to the right there, or 1 bank, or 2 bank to set up with a rock in between to cover Biggs, or if he's just going straight, but I think we're looking at a bank here. Okay, Paul says he's doing one of his dials wrong here, so we'll see. And the Y-Wing went too far, and he landed on the rock and lost the shield, so that means there's not going to be any shots on the Y-Wing this turn. And since everything else will be shooting at each other here, I guess Major Juggler is pretty happy there. And let's see, there's probably not going to be that much stress because there's no stress from. Okay, well, maybe the Y-Wing in the back Majors here can actually target Corran for the double stress because Biggs might be out of arc, so he can't shoot at Biggs at all. So let's see here. Oops. So Corran on the K-Wing, and he gets hit crit focus, and he spends his focus. And he gets 2 green dice because it's range 3. It's the topmost K-Wing here. 1 evade, so 2 shields. Biggs shoots at the same one. 3 focus. He's going to have to spend his focus on offense. I think he would have liked to keep it, but you know, if you get 3 or 0, I guess you have to do it. And again, 1 evade, 2 if he wants to. Yeah, he spends the focus on defense here, Major, and only 1 more shield from that K-Wing. So it's a good start for Juggler here. And let's see, so the bottom K-Wing first. Okay, TLT on Biggs, 3 versus 3 because no range bonus, but the rock is in the way. And he uses his target lock and it doesn't help. So he's evading that one. Here comes the second one. 3 hits, spending the focus. 2 hits, and 1 goes through them, so 1 shield on Biggs. And then we have the other K-Wing, also shooting at Biggs here, and spending his target lock for no difference there. And 1 evade, which is enough. So maybe the dice here are helping out Paul. And then the second one, 2 hits. And 3 evade from Biggs, so he stays safe. So the dice are slightly in his favor, but since he has the Y-Wing on the rock there, I don't think it will be in his favor totally anyway. Oh, okay. And they figured out that he rolled 1 evade dice too many. So we'll see what they decide. They're gonna go all of the attacks. And Paul says, can we redo movement as well? But no, they're going to redo the shooting from the TLTs there because they messed up the number of evade dice. So he gets 2. He fails both of his evades there, so he loses 1 shield and 1 hull. Or maybe they should do everything. Okay, so they're redoing the TLT attacks from the top K-wing there. So 2 hits and no target lock, and 1 evade, so 1 shield. And the second TLT shot, 1 hit using the target lock, 2 hits, gets 2 eyes, so 1 more. So the end result of all of this means that Biggs is now down to 2 hit points. And he still has his integrated Astromech he can check out. And then we have this Y-wing who can double tap here at Corran because Biggs is not in arc, and this can be really bad for Corran since he's already stressed, so he will end up with 3 stress, which means it will take 3 rounds for him to clear them. Granted, with green moves he can recover shields with R2D2, but still, that means he'll be taking a lot of TLT fire. So here's the first one, 1 stress. Primaries throwing 3, 2 hits, and no damage. He spends the evade token as well as 1 of his dice for an evade. And then we have TLT, 1 more stress on each ship. First shot here, 1 hit, spending the focus for 3, 2 hits, 2 evades, so 1 damage goes in, 1 shield down, and then he has 2 hits and 1 evade only, so 1 more damage on Corran. So this is probably exactly what Juggler was hoping for here, that he could use the stress bar to super stress Corran, to take him out of the game here for at least 3 or 4 rounds. And if you can chase him with the TLTs, you know, he'll probably take away at least as many shields as Corran can recover, probably more, so he might even end up killing him here before Corran gets back in the game. He'll get 1 more shot here this turn from his double tap on that K-wing, but still, this is not what Paul wants. Okay, so the Bandit, 2 versus 3 on Corran, 1 hit and 1 evade. So let's see if he is deciding to use Corran's double tap. I think he should, because Corran will be out of the game for a lot of turns here. It looks like he's not going to do the double tap. Granted, he has no token, but he's still got the target lock, and it's range 3, but still, he's going to be out of the game for so long. But no, looks like they're placing dials. Okay, so let's see. 1 forward with the K-wing takes the focus. 2 bank with a Bandit, setting up blocks for Corran as well, maybe. Because the risk is now that he will have to shoot at Biggs, at least with 2 ships maybe, instead of at Corran, which he wants to do. So if you can keep them apart, that would be great. K-wing goes really far away to use the TLT. And a slow move with the Y-wing, and it bumps, so I'm still stressed, so it doesn't really matter, because it's got 2 stresses from its attacks. Okay, so if we'll say, okay, so 4K, which won't clear, so Paul's stress hog will bump that one. We'll see if it takes any damage from the rock, and at least it will have well, it might not have shots, but I think it has shot on the enemy Y-wing. We'll see. Safe from the rock at least. And Biggs bumped into the Bandit. Bandit doing great work, which means there will be no defense action there, no focus for defense for Biggs. And Corran does a 3 straight, which is green, so he bumps. And he runs into the K-wing. Oh, they're going to just adjust him a bit. And Corran gets the shield back from R2D2. So he's at 2 shields and loses 1 of the stress tokens. But he's going to get shot again by the Y-wing. Only 1 this turn though, since it can only use its primaries on him. So this is, if Corran lives here, this is the turn he's going to double tap on the Y-Wing. So 2 hits and a crit on the Y-Wing, and 1 evade, so 2 shields. And he's going to acquire a target lock. And then we have Biggs on the same one, since it's just clipping the corner there. So 4 versus 1, which is only 2 hits. If he'd had his focus, he could have scored 4, and maybe use Corran to actually take it out, since he's got the Y-Wing as well shooting at it, I think, if he's an arc. And no defense there for the Y-Wing, so 2 more hits. 1 shield, 1 hull down. And K-Wing here. So K-Wing at Biggs, primaries, 3 versus 2, range 1. 1 hit, spending the focus for 2 hits and nothing. So he's going to have to throw the Astromech away. So 2 hits goes in, so 1 hit left on Biggs, which means this K-Wing is probably going to finish him off here. TLT on him. Oh, nothing on the first one. And the second one is nothing again. Oh yeah, he got focus. So 2 hits and only 1 evade, which means Biggs goes kaboom. And now we have the Y-Wing. He's going to stress Corran again, but it blanks out. Only 1 evade, but that's enough. But he still gets the stress, so Corran is still 3 stress. And then we have the Y-Wing, and he's going to shoot at the PaulD's Y-Wing is going to shoot a Major Juggler's Y-Wing here. So if he gets maybe just 1 damage through here, Corran can actually finish him off. Oh, that's nice. 2 hits and a crit, and nothing. So yeah, he might even be dead here if that's a direct hit. We'll see. It's a stunned pilot, so that means the Y-Wing will take damage if it bumps. And now he can double tap a Corran to finish it off here. So Paul actually might get Corran out of this in an almost unscathed way here. So, oh, just 1 hit, but he's got the target lock. But only 1 hit, so it might live. The Y-Wing here, let's see. And he does. He gets the evade, so he's in for 1 more turn unless he bumps and dies. So he's going to go hard 2 to the left here. He's going to move his Bandit first and then hard 2 to the left. Or he's going to go really quick if he decides to K-turn with the Bandit here. So he'll keep the Y-Wing, so he needs to be shot at least once more. So the question is, can Corran and the Stress Hog pull this off? So Paul needs to clear stress from his Y-Wing so he can get back in the fight. And he does, well, Major does a K-turn with the Bandit. And a 2 forward with the Y-Wing, clearing 1 stress and staying alive. 2 hard focus for the K-Wing, so you can use its TLT on either Corran or the enemy Y. And another 2 hard with the other Y-Wing, or K-Wing. Circling there, preparing to strike on Corran wherever he shows up. I wonder why Corran is cloaked. And the Y-Wing does a hard 2, okay. Well, he'll set up nice shots. He will still be stressed, but he's going to have a shot at the enemy K-Wing there. So that's a nice move from Paul. And Corran 2 banks to the left, which is a green maneuver, so he recovers his shield. And loses 1 of his stresses. So let's see, he's still down to 2 stress. So it will still be a few turns before he gets back here. So no shot from Corran this turn. So Major Juggler, let's see if he's going to go for to try to take off as much as possible from the Y-Wing here, or he's going for Corran. So the Bandit here is going to shoot the Y-Wing. Yeah, the Stress Hog for Paul is taking fire this turn. So 2 hits and 1 evade. Going 3 there, so he had 2 dice. 1 shield down, and then we've got a TLT fire incoming here. 2 hits, which is 1 automatic damage, because the Y-Wing can only evade 1. And then we have 2 more on the second TLT, and again 1 evade, which makes no difference, so 2 shields there. So the Y-Wing is now without shields. And then we have the last K-Wing, which can use its primary weapon there, on the Hog, so 3 versus 1, and he has a hidden crit and nothing. So 1 hit, 1 crit, which means he's down to 2. 2 hit points, and he's going to get the crit here, so let's see what it is. It's weapons failure, which means his attacks will be at 1 red dice fewer unless he uses an action to try to fix it. And he's currently stressed, so he's going to need to do a green to get that. And that, since it's a new damage deck, it affects all of his attacks, not just his primaries, also his TLT. And then he's going to shoot at that K-Wing, so it's going to be a 2v1 since he just got that crit, bad timing. And he whiffs. So let's go back to dials and let's see what they do in the next turn here. So if Corran can get away here, Paul might still be in it, but let's see, a 2 bank, clear for the almost dead Y-Wing here. Keeping it stressed, just limping away. Too hard, so he can go circles with his K-Wings here all day long. So they 2K both of them. And then he's going to do a slam to get closer to Corran, once Corran gets around here. And just straight forward with the Bandit, trying to finish off the Y-Wing. And that's a too hard with the Y-Wing, so at least it's going to get to shoot since they have the same pile skill. But no stress gone, and still or less hurtful attack from that Y-Wing since it's got weapons failure. Corran, 2 banks, just nicely along the edge of the map there. Green clears 1 stress and gets his shield back to 3. Or maybe he did that last turn, at least he's kind of up to full health now. So the Bandit on the Y-Wing, and that's going to be 3 or 2 hits, or just 2 hits because he can only evade 1. And he's going to be able to kill it with the TLT shots later, or primaries from the K-Wings. So 1 damage, and that's a damage engine, which means hard turns are red, but I think it will be dead before he can use it, so... And TLT on the Y-Wing here, so nothing, and nothing, so he's going to have to use... Oh, and the other one slammed, so he can't actually kill the Y-Wing this turn, so it lives. So he should have spent the focus from the Bandit there, yeah, but nice to say that afterwards, you always know what is correct when you've seen the dice. Okay, so let's see, the Paul's Stress Hog here is going to shoot at the C first with his primaries, and then he's probably going to use TLT to try to kill the Y-Wing. And he gets stress and gives stress. I don't know if it's any point to giving stress right now. I mean, well, he prevents the C from K-turning behind him, but he's still going to be facing probably 2 TLT shots from the K-Wings. So, well, we'll see. And he gets 1 hit, and nothing. Well, he can use the focus now since he kept it, so he's safe at least. And then he's going to use TLT on the Y-Wing, and he gets nothing, and he only has 2 red dice now, since the crit took away 1. And only 1 hit, so the Y-Wing still might live here. And he fails the evade roll, so 1 damage, and the Y-Wing is dead. So going back to dials, as the K-Wings are set up to either chase Corran here, or try to finish off the enemy Y-Wing. And I think I would try to kill the Y-Wing first here, because Corran is still untouched, and clinking away with him and risking letting the Y-Wing back in the game from behind is probably not a sound idea. We'll see what Major Juggler decides. And that, so probably was a good choice to stressing the Z95 there, yeah. So yeah, 1 bank, clearing the stress, getting a focus, too hard, and focusing. So they're probably set up to get shots at either Corran or the Y-Wing. So that's a nice move. And 2 bank to clear the stress and get the target lock on Corran with the Z95. And then the Y-Wing just goes really fast, or no it doesn't, it just goes 3 straight. But that's the fastest white move. Well, maybe 3 bank is a bit faster, but getting out of dodge. Trying to avoid being TLT'd by the K-Wings. And Corran does 3, clearing another stress, which means he's free of stress, so he's going to boost and try to barrel roll to the right there. And yeah, it fits. So he's getting out of range from the everybody. So let's see if he can finish off the enemy webbing here. So 2 TLT shots here. He should have 3 banked to the left there if he wanted to be safe, but he couldn't know. So yeah. So 2 hits, and it doesn't matter because you can only evade 1, so the webbing goes boom. So now it's 3 pretty healthy ships here chasing Corran. The lead K-Wing is down to 1 shield, but otherwise they're untouched. So let's see if Corran can do this. He can't afford to get that super stressed again, I think, so we'll see. So they're all just chasing him here. And he's probably going to boost or slam yet. Be able to catch him, not this turn, but next. That looks like a range 3 from the K-Wing that can shoot. But he barrel rolls away to probably get out of arc or out of range. Yeah. Yeah, just. And he only did 1 action there, so he's not stressed. So let's see if he decides to come back here by a hard turn to the left, trying to get to killing one of the. Maybe going for the damaged K-Wing to be the double tap here. He could take it off the board. So we'll see. Yeah, Major is setting up, so if Corran double or hard turns here, he's going to get stressed. Or shot at range 1. Oh, he's setting up a bump even. That's even better. Great maneuvering and slamming there with the damaged K-Wing. And he's 3 hard turning, and that means he's going to bump. And Paul says here this is going to be the end of the game here because now he's going to get stressed again. And there's no coming back from that. So yeah, congratulations to Major Juggler and good luck in your next game in this qualifying series here. And stay tuned for more. Thank you.